The Rowan Profs softball team is coming off their second NJAC championship in the last 3 seasons. They were 37-12 overall in 2014 and 14-4 in conference play. The 2015 NJAC preseason coaches poll has Rowan right at the top, but head coach Kim Wilson says that is something the team doesn't look at.
It's preseason coaches poll and that sort of thing, so obviously we're respected and with our kids that are returning. We just go out and play hard every day, whether we're first, second, third, it doesn't really make any difference to us. It's where we are at the end of the season.
23 players make up the roster for the 2015 season. Almost half of that is comprised of incoming freshmen, which Wilson and her staff are really excited for.
It's just that a lot of them can play many different positions, so it's nice to have some kids that coming right in that could start be in the starting lineup and compete for positions.
Senior Shannon Costello returns to the outfield for the Brown and Gold. Last season, she hit .297 with 9 extra base hits and 14 RBI. Wilson talks about how the senior is unique compared to the other players.
We always say Shannon's Shannon. She doesn't do things traditionally how everybody else does them. She does them in her own way, and she's very efficient. She's got extremely quick hands at the plate. Sometimes her swing doesn't look like the greatest swing in the world, but it works for her. It wouldn't work for other kids.
Alongside Costello in the outfield, Wilson says you may see a different mixture of players early in the season.
We have a couple of returners. Sammy Vradenberg, Sarah Finnegan are fighting for time out there. Sammy brings a lot of speed. Sarah brings a really good bat. Mia Baldessari is a transfer this January, transfer from Siena. I think she brings us a really good left-handed bat.
Third base is a position that is for the taking, but Wilson says it could be a different infield combination game to game.
I think Amanda Parker will see some time at third. Jess could play at first. We really don't have that nailed down right now. I think we'll play into those positions and see who's hitting and that will seal the deal, I think.
Shortstop Shyla Sneed is the reigning NJAC Player of the Year, where she hit .370 with 7 home runs. Wilson talks about how the junior can still improve to be even better.
Well, I think she can become a more disciplined hitter. We've talked to her about cutting strikeouts and increasing her stolen bases and looking to take the next bag and not be satisfied with stealing 1 base a game. She's got amazing speed.
Alyssa Romero returns at second for the Profs. Last season, the senior hit .361, building 6 round trippers and knocking in 37 RBI. At first base, it could be a combination of different players, but Demiris Mikado returns after a well-played first season when she hit .241 with 7 extra base hits. A pair of freshmen, Morgan Smith and Taylor Zimmerman, will battle for the catcher's role, and Wilson talks about how each player is different in their own way.
Taylor is a real thinking catcher. She receives very well, doesn't hit as well, which is coming along. Morgan is a left-handed hitter and hits for power, a little bit taller, so we're working on getting her down a little lower and receiving a little better.
In the season opener, you can expect to see Beth Ann Highland in the circle for Rowan. The junior was 14-5 last year with a 1.05 ERA. However, Wilson hits on how she will take each game differently depending on the opposing team's lineups.
I don't traditionally go with a 1 and 2. I'm more of a we'll pitch by committee. Beth Ann will definitely be our starting pitcher in the first game, I would think. But I'm more of a matchup kind of person, so if we want a different matchup, we'll do that. I think between the 4 pitchers, they'll probably every doubleheader see time. Allison is a good complement to Beth Ann and Ashley Lesh, who they throw a lot more similar. And then Allison and Rachel Gagliardo are more junk ball, keep you off balance kind of kid.
Coach Wilson, when talking to the players, makes sure to drive home the fact that great teams play as one, not as individuals. If
we lose a game and you hit .350, we don't really care. That's not the important part. The important part is that your individual accolades will come if you do well. We'll also win games.
The Profs open up their 2015 campaign February 27th in Raleigh, North Carolina, against William Peace University.